Welcome back everyone to today's video, and in this video we're going to be looking at the concept of maybe another named storm on the way over the next couple of weeks and even possibly two. It's looking very unsettled, wet and windy over the country at the moment, with some strong easterly winds for the top half of the country and the bottom half of the country in them more calmer westerlies. On the coast it is going to be quite windy like always, and in the north England and Scotland it's going to be quite windy. So without further ado, let's get into this. So we're going to show you the diagram for the temperature and the precipitation for the next couple of weeks, and as you can see it is going to be temperature around average over the next couple of days, just above. And then once we get towards the end of October and start of November, we go quite cooler. We stay under that average line. The average line is this red line, what is the 30-year average. And it is really getting cooler, colder over the next couple of days and weeks. So it's definitely going to be a bit cooler, so watch out for that. It's definitely going to be a colder one on the way. So now let's have a look at the GFS models. Let's have a look at the 6Z and the 12Z. So let's get into this. So start off with low pressure out in the Atlantic just here, and that is going to be driving in them westerly winds for most of the country. But as we carry on, we see them westerlies get fight off by easterlies coming in, and them westerlies do take over though, because the Atlantic is much stronger at this point. Then we have a very deep area low pressure coming in from over here, and that's just going to come straight into us, and that is going to be very stormy. That would definitely be a named storm. Just look at that there. That is quite severe. That could be as bad as the storm we've just experienced. That would be very bad, and that just hangs around. And then another possibly named storm comes to our south, and that is a channel low, an extreme one though, and that is very stormy. And then we just stay in the low pressure, and it doesn't really get much better until we get another possible named storm, and that's going to be a cool one as well, from the wind from the northeast at times and the east as well. But that is very, very wet, windy, and unsettled. But then we get a Scandinavian high going, and it goes a little bit dry, but we still got them probably quite cool easterly winds in, and a little bit dry, but still showery. So maybe easing off right at the end of the run, but that's too far ahead to know at the moment. Now let's show you the 12Z run. So this is the latest run from the GFS, and we are going to be looking like this. So once again we have got that low pressure out in the Atlantic driving them westerly winds in, so that is no surprise really, as you can see right there. We've got a bit of blocking area, high pressure just above. It's not very strong though, so it won't really affect us at the moment. A lot of cold air over here, by the way, so if we did open the door to that, it'd be quite cool. But at the moment, we're just going to carry on that wet, windy, and unsettled weather. Then that low pressure drops south, and we do actually go cooler from the east/northeast, so that will be a little bit cooler or colder, maybe turning a bit wintry in the Scottish Hills, and not much more than that though. And then here we go, we get a storm coming in here, and there's two areas low pressure, so that probably going to be a named storm. That's next two extreme areas of low pressure, so that'll be rain, wet, windy, and unsettled for the whole of the country. Really unsettled, and that just sticks around. We stay in that low pressure, and we actually start bringing in some quite cool/cold winds from the north/northeast there. That's probably quite cool and cold right there, and that actually carries on until the end. So this run's actually been quite a cool, colder run. and we keep them winds coming in even up to the 7th of November, and then we get the Atlantic fighting back, bringing them winds, and that's taking it a bit milder from the south there, taking the winds back into the south and probably the west at that point. But you can see the signs of that blocking out in the Atlantic, so we just got to keep an eye on that, because at any point that could plunge it into quite cool, colder air. So we just got to keep an eye on that. So now we're going to have a look at the rainfall. So we're looking like this. So off we go. So once again, we have them areas of rain over the country at the moment. It's a lot of scattered showers, but a bit more of a. I think we'll see a lot of rain across the east coast. We have got a warning in place for that, I think, now. So we'll have to keep an eye on how extreme that rain could get. See, it's probably going to rain on the east coast in Scotland all night, probably. So that probably would be quite a lot of rain. So I could expect an amber warning if it does get any stronger. And then we see another band of rain pushing up through the country, hanging on, turning wintry in Scotland on the hills, like I said. And we keep it quite wintry over the hills in Scotland and maybe a little bit further down the country there in the Pennines. And then another band of rain comes in and turns a bit wintry on the hills in Pennines and in Scotland. And then another band of rain comes in and it's just a deluge. It's just awful weather. It's stormy, wet, windy, and unsettled all the way till the end, and there's no sign of it stopping at all. So that is not an ideal outlook over the next couple of weeks. If you want drier weather, then it's not gonna come anytime soon. It's looking like anyway. If you want cooler or colder weather, there's signs that we could be going cooler or maybe quite a lot colder, but that's right at the end of the runs, and we're too far off at the moment to predict that. We'll have more of a look in the winter and to around Christmas in our Christmas and winter updates. We'll probably be starting quite soon. So thanks everyone for watching today's video, and we'll see you in the next one. Goodbye.